Good morning, RCBC. Bobby C checking in with your morning kickstart. Today, we're going to talk about one of the youngest founding fathers and signers of the Declaration of Independence, and his name is Edward Rutledge. Edward Rutledge was 26 years old. He was a representative out of South Carolina. He was an attorney. He studied law in France, came back and practiced law in South Carolina. Rutledge's family was rich, they were powerful and super influential. Rutledge didn't have to partake in the revolution. That dude could have hung out and chilled out in South Carolina under the safe blanket of his family's influence, right? But he got involved with the revolution to include being a signer of the Declaration of Independence. Could you imagine being 26 years old and being in the same room as giants like Ben Franklin, John Adams, John Hancock, and George Washington? You know, the 26-year-olds nowadays, and when I was 26 years old, I think about some of the things that I was doing. I was absolutely trying to figure life out. But at the same time, being inside the Army, there were a lot of responsibilities thrust upon a 26-year-old. And, you know, Rutledge, not only did he sign the Declaration of Independence, but when he went back to South Carolina, he joined the Army and served as a captain, fought in multiple battles against the British, and was captured in 1780 at the fall of Charleston. And when he was released from captivity at the end of the war, he continued to serve publicly, to include being the governor of South Carolina. And that's a pretty amazing story. And, you know, when I think about Rutledge and his youth and his boldness, you know, I wonder how many people discounted him and didn't take him serious with the things that he was doing. And you can't help but think about Rutledge's story. And then when you shift over and you look at the Bible, it's like, you know, I immediately pivot towards David and Goliath, right? And David was young. He was underestimated. He was overlooked by his brothers, by his father, and probably pretty much anybody that he came across until he slayed that giant and chopped his head off, right? And I can't help but think about the youth nowadays. So, you know, do we discount these guys and gals just solely for the fact that they're young? You know, as older generation, you know, we need wisdom and we need experience, but we also need youth. We need enthusiasm. We need you know, that get up and go. And sometimes ignorance is bliss, right? You don't know you can't do something because nobody's told you can't do something. And what I ask is, if you're a young gun, get out there and get after it, man. Who cares if you're young? Somebody's got to be the youngest person in the room, and somebody's got to be the oldest person in the room. And, you know, there's a gap that needs to be filled in society today, and that gap is God. And we need people of all ages to step in and fill that gap, and let people know that giants can be slayed out of faith, right? And I also encourage you guys to go and read First Samuel, read that story, and give these young guns a shot. If you're an older person watching this, and if you're a younger person, hey, get out there and get after it, man. Step out in faith. And with that said, that concludes your Founding Fathers Fun Facts. I'll see you tomorrow. Hope to see you at Bible study Thursday night, and also hope to see you at church on Saturday. Thanks. Bye.